I'm Larry Sanders. I'm 23 years old. I attended Cranbrook Kingswood Upper School for high school, Howard University in Washington, D.C. for undergrad, and I'm currently attending the University of Michigan for graduate school. I was confident that I would graduate from high school simply because that's kind of the way I'd been brought up. I didn't know any other way. I just knew that you graduate from high school and you go to college. I knew there were alternatives out there, but for me, I didn't think there was any other way for me to go. So I grew up raised largely by my grandmother, who always instilled, among many things, the importance of an education. She grew up in South Carolina, moved to Detroit, never got a college education, but she was very smart. And she always told me that she wanted me to be smarter than she ever was. And I believe that by pursuing a formal education, by striving to become the best me, by getting an education, I'm making her proud. I knew that for me, in order to become successful, whatever my idea of success is, whatever the general idea of success is, I was going to have to graduate from high school. I knew an education was important for that success. So in my sophomore year of high school, I needed to have a 3.0 in order to maintain the scholarship to that high school, and I had a 2.9, somewhere around there, and I ended up losing my scholarship. I had just turned 16. I really didn't know what was next for me. It was an odd summer simply because I was back at home. I didn't know what high school I was going to the next year. I was really afraid, and at that point I realized that this wasn't a game anymore. Life was coming at me really fast, and I was 2 years away from being an adult. So at that point I needed to realize that it was go time. It was game time, and I needed to get serious about what I wanted for my future. Had things been coming easy to me, I doubt I'd learned those lessons in high school, and I probably still would have been unprepared for college, still trying to go it alone, still trying to figure things out on my own. Whereas struggling actually forced me to open up and forced me to realize that there are people out here who want the best for me and who want to help me out. I do believe I was prepared to be successful at Howard University. The rigor of the academics at my high school, even though it was hard and even though I can be a very prideful person, it showed me that I don't live on an island. If I'm having complications, I need to probably reach out to my peers or reach out to my teachers. I learned the importance of office hours. I learned the importance of asking other people for help. Had I not graduated from high school, my future would probably have been living at home with my mom and my sister, trying to make ends meet as best as I could, taking random jobs. Currently, I am a student at the Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy at the University of Michigan. I am pursuing a Master of Public Policy degree, focusing specifically on urban education and, more broadly speaking, social justice issues. If you were to walk into Detroit Public School today and look into the faces of the kids, you'd see hope, you'd see a little bit of desperation. I know it's easy to become discouraged about what people are saying about our public school system, and it's easy to say that even if I go to school, I don't have a future. Detroit's a city of promise. Detroit is really becoming a place where people want to be. And I think it's becoming apparent to specifically the teenagers in Detroit that they can really have a hand in this. They can really put their mark down in a city that is reinventing itself more and more every day. So for the school children specifically, there's still hope there. There's still an idea that we can be something. It's just a matter of tapping into that potential and making them see that that potential does exist. The benefit to Detroit and to Michigan and to the country, I suppose, in terms of my graduating from high school, I think it shows that the idea that the black man doesn't want to succeed or the black person is too lazy to strive for greater is a myth. It helps create a new narrative specifically for my generation of African Americans, and it shows that we have that drive and we want to be great. I'm Larry Sanders. I'm a son, I'm an uncle, I'm a child of God. I am a graduate of Howard University. I am prayerfully soon to be a graduate of the University of Michigan. I am an education advocate, and it all began with a high school diploma.